Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Elizabeth Wambua and I'm back with another video. Guys, if it is your first time here, welcome so much. Consider subscribing, liking, sharing and commenting on my videos. For the returning subscribers, thank you so much. So guys, today I want us to talk about things that should never define us. Sometimes we think that the situations or people, how they think about us, such things make us feel like you don't have that freedom. You can't even express yourself, you can't even talk before people, you can't even do what you like doing because you are thinking about people who were maybe once your friends, people who were your classmates sometimes back, people who were your neighbors, or people who are just close to you at some point. And because you know how maybe they were talking about you, you are like, what if I do this? What will people think about me? How will they take it? Majority of us think about that, and that thing will make you never grow. Sometimes you like doing something but you cannot do because of somebody, or just something small is just slowing you down. So today I want us to talk about that, and I want us to change from that mindset and become people who are not defined by our situation, our past, you know, anything to do with ourselves maybe we did or we are doing or what you are going through, that should never define you. So guys, let's start our video and watch until the end. The first thing is past mistakes. Don't let anything you did many years ago or sometimes before define who you are. Don't let it hold you down. Don't let it make you not to move or take the next step or do what you like doing just because of the thing you did last year or many years ago or just yesterday. Maybe you did it, it was a mistake, and you learned later it was a mistake. Let it be. It is a mistake. Yes, you accept it was a mistake. I did this, it was wrong. But going forward, I'm not going to repeat the same mistake, and let it not hold me back. Everyone, many people, I don't think there is anyone who has never messed up. People mess up big time. It's only that we don't get to know what they did. We don't get to know their stories. So your past should never define whom you are. The second thing that should not define whom you are is your financial status. You know, being broke is just a situation. It is not a life sentence. It is just a situation. Just because you can't afford some things at some point, or maybe now you cannot afford that, it doesn't make you less of a human being, less of a man, less of a woman. Because you can't afford something, it doesn't mean there are some people you should not associate with because maybe you don't have money, because you are broke. It is just a situation. Maybe tomorrow you will get that money, you will be in another level maybe, but let it not define whom you are. Not let it not make you feel like you are less of a human being, you are less of a mother, you are less of a father. Let it never define you. The third thing is your relationship status. Being single, being divorced, being maybe widowed doesn't define your worth. You are still whole. Nothing has changed. Okay, maybe life can change because maybe you lost your closest partner, but doesn't make you less of whom you are. We need to understand that you can be whole without being in a relationship, without being married, without being called someone's wife, someone's husband. You are still whole, you are still a human being. You have heard of cases that people are married or are in a relationship, one kills the other. That is a relationship, right? And maybe if you were not in that relationship, you could not have gone through that, or that thing could not have happened because it was just a situation and it is life anyway. So your relationship status should not define whom you are. Just because you are single doesn't matter, doesn't make you less of a human being again, doesn't make you that you should not interact with people, we should not interact with the married, or because you're married, there are certain people you should not interact with. Those are the limitations that we give to ourselves, we make for ourselves, which are not good. So your relationship status should never define whom you are. The fourth thing that should never define whom you are, it is your job, your hustle. Whether you are working at the bank, you are an hawker, you are doing a job that is paying very less money, doesn't define whom you are. Work is work. Whatever pays your bills, it is what it is. So long as it is a legit job, maybe you are not doing those dirty jobs, There is a video I did on this channel, still go back and check about the jobs you should not risk doing. So long as you are not doing those jobs, if you are doing anything that is good, that is legit, it doesn't matter how much you are earning there, that job should not define whom you are. None should take advantage of you just because maybe you earn very less money. Anything that you are doing to pay your bills doesn't define your potential. It doesn't define your worth. What you are doing, it is what it is, and no one should define you depending on your job. Looking at you and say that this is just an hawker, this is a house help, they are getting very less money. That should not define you, and no one should take advantage of you. You should stand with your own strength and defend yourself wherever you can. No. Where you come from is the other thing that should never define whom you are. Whether you come from ghetto, you are a born town, you come from tough background, it doesn't define you. Your starting point doesn't define your final destination. We are here to work, to push and change the background where we come from. So no matter where you are coming from, that background should never define whom you are. You are who you are and what you want to be, but not what they say you are. Another one, other people's opinion. That should never define you at all, at all. Whether you are doing well, whether you are not doing well, people will talk. People will label you names because maybe whatever you are doing, they don't understand. They don't know why you are doing what you are doing, but they want to judge you. You cannot stop them from judging you. That is what they want to do. Let them judge you. Let them talk about you. But as I have said, you are not what they are saying you are. You are what you think you are. And what you are and what you are doing. That is whom you are. The reality is that no one knows really about you, and if no one is coming to confront you and ask you why are you doing what you are doing, if they ask in a nice way, maybe you can tell them why you are doing what you are doing, if you feel free to talk and explain to them. But if also you don't feel like explaining to them, leave them to think whatever they want to think. Leave them to label you the names they want to label you, and at the end of the day, you will not become what they want you to be, or you will not become what they called you. How many people out there are called names? Like, people will look at you and they talk about you. Some will say she's just a nobody, you know. We can look at her, the way she's dressed, the way she behaves, and you are like, this girl, she's just a cheap girl, she's whatever she is. But because they said you are cheap, doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that you'll go around sleeping with everyone because they called you cheap. Prove them wrong. Don't do whatever they said you were. The last point is your delays in life. Maybe you are in your chapter 1, your age mate is in their chapter 10 or chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9 there, and you are in your first chapters. Don't feel pressured just because your age mate, your friend, your classmate, they are ahead of you. That should not define whom you are. You might be having your issues, your journey and my journey, they are two different things. We are having different paths. Each and everyone have their own paths, have their own journey, and the journeys are always different. Some are of your age mates, some are married, some have their own cars, they are driving, others have their own homes, but you are still there figuring out how life will be, what you will do, when you don't know even when you are going to do. It is what it is. Guys, that should not define whom you are. Doesn't mean that you are lazy. You are trying. Whatever you are doing, you don't know when it will happen, and you have no idea how it will happen. But so long as you continue pushing, you continue trying, you are not late. You are on your timeline. So, my people, let people talk, let them judge, let them laugh at you, let them say what they want to say, but let it not define you. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to grow. So, if you have been feeling like your self-worth or what you are doing or what people are thinking about defines you, I hope this video has helped you, and you are much more than you think, and your story is unfolding, and I promise you it is gonna be better and beautiful, not the way they are thinking it should be. It will just be what God has planned it to be, and don't please allow anything define you. So, if this message has helped you, comment down below with this statement that my past doesn't define who I am. Again, don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe for more of this content. Remember, this is Unstoppable Vibes, and we are here to raise no matter what life gives us. Until next time, bye bye.